And like, I wasn't rocking with you on getting both G5s in though. I was like,
You didn't think they would?
maybe.
You thought they'd bring
I
Duke out
knew
of nowhere?
Tulane would. I was curious about James Madison. You said it super matter of fact, so I was like, yeah, I don't know,
I
maybe.
I just didn't see a world in which they could go with Duke having nothing in terms of their rankings to all of a sudden jumping those teams.
I just I'm more mad than anything. Well, I'm mad for a couple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
The same as I always am,
Yeah.
right? Because
You don't like it when I'm right.
no, well, no, well,
Oh, that's one of them.
Sorry, yeah. I don't. Dude, they pulled the wool. We took this thing hook, line, and sinker for 4 years. So I'm mad about that. I'm
Yeah.
not even going to revisit the uniformity, the lack of uniformity, the auto qualifier, the groundwork, because I'm telling you, I beat that thing
Well established.
to death.
Yeah.
But we did, and I said this, like they did hoodwink us with what the last 2 weeks of the polls to set up what they were going to try to pull, what they pulled off yesterday.
Yeah, they telegraphed the play.
And I'm like, are we really buying that? They totally distracted us and made it about Notre Dame and Miami.
So that's what made me mad. It's never been about Notre Dame.
Like, are you guys serious?
The
the amount of people that told me, "Oh, it's about the head-to-head of my."
It's like, no, we're not.
You don't say.
You're having the wrong discussion,
but that's
guys.
not the discussion.
No.
Like,
I was every meme that I saw that was, or every tweet or whatever that was like, well, you really thought Notre Dame was going to get in over Miami? I was like, that's not the discussion. Miami was in. It was between Notre Dame and Alabama.
Or, okay, let's say that.
That's what I think the decision was.
I would just like to know the teams that you had that were in there safe. I'm just looking at the comp resumes.
Yeah, let's talk about those because you brought up one that I don't think anybody else is talking about in the group chat.
It's driving me crazy.
Let's talk about it.
Why was Oregon so safe?
As a kitten.
Like, why was Oregon so safe?
So let's look at their resume.
And especially if I compare it to
their best, you want to? So these are
their best win is the same best win as Notre Dame.
USC.
Yeah.
Now, so I guess they're getting that much credit for beating Iowa. That would be about the only thing you could tell me.
Okay.
That's it, because
I do know Notre Dame lost by 4 points to 2-seeded.
Yes, correct.
Playoff teams.
And Oregon's only loss is to Indiana.
And if you watch, because this is what was driving me crazy. Well, if you go back and watch the game, no. You guys, USEC guys on ESPN have been brainwashed to make this about Notre Dame and Miami.
It's not.
Well, I hope the committee goes back and watches the game. Go back and watch Notre Dame and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Or did Oregon ever give you the inkling that they were going to beat Indiana?
No.
For as close as that game was, it wasn't.
They did give me an inkling they were going to lose to Penn State at one point.
And I'm like, well, so we're just safe, huh?
We just fast forward right past Oregon.
I don't know. I don't know. You can't get credit. You can't get credit for a conference championship performance to the good or to the bad. Clearly, I mean, they let you know because Ohio State's only 2. By the way, I told you that offense. But I also did say
good Indiana defense. Really good defense.
Indiana, that defense is like that's what.
And the Ohio State defense is also legit.
But I'm like, we're just comparing the wrong things.
Here's where I have an issue with
Oklahoma was an 8. And listen, I honked for OU
all year
preseason.
Yeah, all year.
Like, that's a playoff.
Yeah, so those
caliber team.
You're right.
But they're sitting snug at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Snug. But you didn't. Nobody really got hurt except for BYU.
So here's where I'm having trouble.
There's lots of places.
This is the biggest place I'm having trouble. It's the way they viewed conference championship games.
Different for some, not the same for all.
Yes. So there's a couple things here. Number one, coming up with the argument that conference championship games don't matter is flawed from the start because there's literally auto qualifiers being handed out in these conference championship games. So they clearly matter on one hand, right? If you're like, hey, we're not going to penalize the team for losing a conference championship game, it's like, then what do you do with BYU there? Because BYU and Alabama had about the same day, right? Like BYU got their head kicked in by a team that was clearly in. Alabama got their head kicked in by a team that was clearly in.
Yeah, no, so hear my heart. Cole, KP, I can't read. It's Cole or Kill. I'm not saying Oregon should have gotten left out. I'm saying if Oregon was that safe, how is Notre Dame on the fringe?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, like
nobody's arguing against Oregon.
I'm arguing about the discrepancy between the two
for what seems to be a fairly similar resume.
100%.
Yeah. And so I look, and talking about fairly similar resumes, let's talk about Notre Dame and Alabama here, because the College Football Playoff Committee told me that losses in that game matter with BYU. So I'm operating off of their assumption, right? So if it matters against BYU, I'm taking it into account for Alabama. They clearly didn't, but I will. Alabama and Notre Dame's resumes are basically identical. They have 2 losses to, and don't worry, I'll get to the third one. They have 2 losses to college football playoff teams. They have 1 win over a ranked team each. And then the rest of their schedule just kind of falls somewhere between those 2 things. The only difference between those 2 things is Alabama got their head kicked in by a sub-500 Florida State team. That's the only difference. So what are you telling me matters here? Are you telling me that conference championship games don't matter at all? Because then you can't hand out bids for teams that win those games. And you can't penalize BYU for losing that game.
And they got to have it both ways, because when they beat Georgia, I had to ask about Georgia like 8 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is Georgia good? Do you guys like Georgia?
I don't know. Maybe they're coming around. I'm not sure.
But
that was a lot of the answers.
Until yesterday.
Yeah. And then they kick Alabama. So
until yesterday, when it came time to talk about Alabama's best win,
mm-hmm.
It wasn't viewed like that when they beat them
all year. It wasn't viewed like that all year.
I was like, why are you guys trying to do this to me?
All year long. And listen, a 3-point regular season win for Bama feels less important than a 21-point drubbing. And frankly, it wasn't that close.
Yeah.
There was at no point in that game that I thought Alabama had a prayer. They looked over. I think at one point in the second half, the yardage.
They finished with -2 rushing yards.
The yardage was like 280 to 80.
They finished with -2 rushing yards.
Like this team was nowhere near winning this football game.
And I was like, how would you like to be? There's a lot. I'm sure Texas is like, really, guys? What are we talking about?
Texas did not have an argument.
It's just funny. Do you listen? It's not here. Listen to what I'm saying. Just tell me what the rules are.
So
just tell me how we're playing the game, and I'll figure it out.
Ironically enough, we talked to a guy who tells us what the rules are and knows what the rules are, and Adam McClintock. He tells me that Alabama being in is the biggest outlier in a decade from the criteria that he knows for a fact that the College Football Playoff Committee uses.
I believe it.
It is the biggest outlier in a decade.
I believe it.
I mean, if we're so smart, wouldn't all the other sports say, I know what, let's have a committee?
Which leads me to
that's your boy.
That is my boy, and he's damn right.
That was back when it was only 4 teams.
Yes, 100%. It was a disaster then. It's a cluster now. Like there's no way around the fact that ESPN, who puts on this product, who owns the college football playoff, and therefore is in charge of the committee and has a vested interest in the SEC. There's no way around that. This is the biggest outlier in a decade. There is no way around that, which is why you cannot have a committee making this selection. I don't have a problem when the ESPN owns it. You can't have ESPN own it and be in charge of the people that select who's in there.
Yeah, I just didn't see the way for 5.
There isn't. There wasn't in the way that the committee has done this.
So what's the payout now? Is it 12? Is it 2012 and then everybody's $4 million?
I think so.
Fudge, because it's $4 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
And here's the other thing. ESPN. Here's what I think was really happening. I don't know if you want me to put my tinfoil hat on or whatever. Is
jeez.
I think ESPN didn't want the SEC to threaten canceling their championship game if one of their teams got penalized for losing it, because that's a very valuable property to the network.
Oh, that's deep. I don't know.
Am I crazy?
Oh, yes, but maybe not about
for that specifically.
It's funny when people ask those blanket statements. It's like, well, sometimes yes.
I listen. I assume your overarching view of me is that I'm a nut job. That's fine.
Yeah, 100%.
If I ask that question, I'm talking specifically right now in the moment.
It's just
there's no way around the fact that this looks terrible.
So can I just ask I don't know how popular this is or isn't, but why should one of the reasons why I didn't think Tulane and JMU would get in?
Mm-hmm.
Why should JMU be in?
Well, this again goes to their very stupid rules of the committee. Like, it's the top 5 conference champions, and the ACC conference champions screwed it up for the ACC.
Yeah,
they would have. So, like, you know how they kind of jerry-rigged things to help out Alabama before the final ranking? If they wanted to leave a second group of 5 out, they would have had to preemptively start giving Duke more credit. It was too late in the game once Duke won to go back and say, like, oh, they're going to jump JMU, especially when JMU won. Like, that was the like, either they were okay with it or they didn't think far enough ahead and didn't think Duke could win that game.
BYU
got screwed.
It's a lot. It's just
they're the only team seemingly that was punished by a conference championship game.
Yeah. People want me to be mad about Notre Dame. I couldn't care less if Notre Dame plays or not. Like, whether I agree with them turning down a bowl bid or not, if Freeman doesn't think that he can get his guys ready to play or wants to get his guys ready to play, like, okay.
Yeah.
Does that send any worse message?
No.
I mean, I don't know. It's varying degrees of what we'll put up with.
You think Florida State playing that bowl game 2 years ago helped their program at all? Because I think they've won a total of 7 games in the 2 years since then.
How about Bama losing to them?
Yeah, that's wild.
But
it's the Malzahn. Malzahn sort of just has Bama's number.
And the other, kind of like Bama was supposed to have Smarts.
Yeah, that didn't happen though.
So what is he, 2-8 now? 2-7?
Yeah, I think so. And one of them, the first one was when
I know Mechie and all those guys.
Yeah, all of their wide receivers' knees blew up in the same game.
Yeah,
which is not ideal.
You know, it's like I think it's hilarious that like social media was going in on Notre Dame for being babies, as if people in these respective fan bases don't melt down after every loss.
I know.
It's like,
including the ones that are making fun of Notre Dame for being babies.
I'm like, you guys serious? You do the exact same thing. The exact same thing.
Yeah. Every time. I mean, we had a fan base meltdown here about a defensive coordinator that they had never heard of a week ago go take a job that they didn't know he was up for.
I don't even know, but I was Friday, like, I chilled, man.
Yeah, you're on incognito mode all weekend.
I was with T. Fraze for probably, I don't know, 5-6 hours.
How's T. Fraze doing?
Quiet, man. Just really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Talk like work and jobs and people and families, like just quiet.
Quiet's good.
Like he sent the message and he was like, "Hey man, thinking about you. Like, we need to get together." And I was like, "Oh shoot, right on time."
Yeah.
And then Saturday was, what I did. Saturday I sat. Jay work. Like, what was Saturday? Saturday bad weather. Saturday
wasn't terrible.
Saturday I made jambalaya and chilled.
Yeah.
And I watched a lot of TV. But I think the thing that was bugging me the most, and then yesterday I was ramping up for Nebraska Creighton, but I think the thing that bugged me most about Saturday is I thought a lot of picked a lot of those outcomes. And then I went back and I was mad that I let the committee like set this thing up the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
For what happened on yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm not, it doesn't bother me. The the thing that I want to know, and I should probably ask some people that are obviously close to that program, but like I wonder what Freeman's message was going in, because he could see what was happening the last 3 polls.
He could. I'm guessing. I'm guessing.
So I'm sure that they were prepped for this potentially.
Probably. He also probably thought once Alabama got their teeth kicked in that they had a shot.
Yeah.
That's what I would have thought. I would have thought, they're kind of setting it up so that Alabama's going to get ahead of us. But if I'm watching that game on Saturday, I go, oh, they just opened the door. That's what I would have thought.
Yeah. And for everybody that said Notre Dame should be in the conference, Notre Dame. I used to rock with Cousin Ron. He says some stupid things sometimes, though.
Well, then Bama shouldn't lose.
Bama should lose 3? Like
Bama shouldn't lose to a
where do you draw the line?
bad Florida State team? Bama should what are we doing? What are we doing?
This lacks objectivity. How would have joining a conference yesterday helped Notre Dame's case?
It only would have if they were in the championship game and controlled their own destiny. That's it. That's the only situation where it matters.
Is that what helped Miami? I thought it was the head-to-head because they didn't make it about conference affiliation.
No, they didn't.
Unless they felt bad that.
And guess what?
Duke wasn't going to be in.
Right. So there's
listen. I don't know. The problem is I just go back to the very, 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 very beginning. Man, the whole party changing the dress code just so you can get more people at the party. No, man, just tell us what to wear. Stop letting more people in. Like. They feel it's just bugging me that I think they think they're smarter than people that follow the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was
smart. Wouldn't all the other sports say, I know what? Let's have a committee.
I miss Mike Leach,
the GOAT. Love that guy.
You know, they just kept getting over, and I'm like, okay, you can. So like they did like. They thought that they were smart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, these teams are dropping in the poll. These teams are dropping in the rankings without playing a game.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't know. Listening to Booger and some of these guys go back and forth about when resumes are complete. I was like, Joey Gallo, and I'm not a Galloway guy, but it was just classic. I was like, click.
It just, you're just dealing with people that are refitting their explanations to fit what happened or to fit whatever, like you said, to fit whatever narrative they choose to, like the strength of schedule narrative. Notre Dame had a stronger strength of schedule than Miami, than Texas Tech. It was almost identical to Ole Miss. So that is 3 different conferences in the ACC, the Big 12, and the SEC, in which joining that conference would not have helped their strength of schedule this year.
Yeah, I don't.
So what are we talking about, guys?
It was just I just felt like one not informed person would say something, and then another
they'd grab it.
Yeah, and I'm like,
and run with it.
You might be saying 2 different things. Like maybe you want Notre Dame to be in a conference, and you're mad that they're not. Cool. I don't have any. That's just an opinion. Like it's fine. But saying it would have helped them yesterday is they're not. Those 2 things are different.
Yeah, those are different things.
But so I don't know. Tim says, do they have to turn on the bowl practices? I thought they were important. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but it's a pretty easy answer. It depends on who you are. Some people really value bowl practices in the 15 because of where their program is in terms of development. Some people don't. So I don't want to speak for everybody. So maybe if you thought they were important, maybe they are for some, and maybe they aren't for some others. I don't.
But I am guessing you forfeit the.
Yeah, and I'm guessing they thought about that.
Yeah, and it's a very different situation for Notre Dame than it is, say, Nebraska.
Or I don't know, 74% of the other teams in college football. So
Tim said not being sarcastic.
Oh,
he was genuinely asking if they have to give up the practices.
Then he should know. Like it depends on who you are.
Yeah, sure, I get it.
Right?
Yeah. I think the perception around here, and again, if we kind of narrow it down to a lot of the people that we talk to and that listen to us, pay much more attention to Nebraska than they do greater college football, then maybe it isn't clear who would and wouldn't need him. That would be my guess.
Oh, I'm not.
But I do think
this DBJ. This is rich. I don't know if like you pay attention to your streaming posting style, but my man said the whole sports now is a septic tank. I mean, you started by going in on Rule, and nobody even brought him up yet. Like, how cesspool-y is it? I mean,
and who's the one pooping in the tank, DBJ?
So can I say something positive?
it's like
That's the question.
fudge. That's kind of rich. Yeah, I don't know, Kobe. It's not asking me a question I feel like you should know. Just don't make your opinion fact. Like it's not that hard. Like I'm more than willing to have conversations. I can't help it that's how it comes off because don't have a lot of time for it. But it's all good.
Yeah, it's all right. It's TK says he thinks they're important for everybody, but I don't run a program. So
opinions make the world go around.
my default would just be like if I was I don't know. I could see a situation where I didn't necessarily feel like I needed to run guys out there for 15 more practices.
Not to belabor the point and get into semantics, but how important, based on what you believe, is the discussion? That's relative to anybody that's running their program.
Yeah,
which none of us are really qualified to speak on. Those guys in that building know how important those 15 practices are, versus whether they feel like they can get their team ready to go. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of guys that we know that are affiliated with that team.
Todd, I don't know what good blaming. Why would Notre Dame blame Duke? I don't think that's related, bud. I don't understand what he says. Let Notre Dame blame Duke. I'm not sure what that means.
Tiger Shark Diver. That's a great name. I always love when he posts. Oh man, I went to sleep during Pass Pro once.
Did you?
Yeah, I told you that story. In practice.
Nebraska or Carolina?
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Smelling salts the whole nine.
Whew.
It's the first time I ever smelled them.
They're not great. I don't like them. Not a fan.
Oh, yeah, Dwayne Harris. Nighty night.
Yeah.
Big fast dude.
He's got some bad intentions.
I looked up. I said, "Oh, it's still cold out here. Is this spring ball?" Hello.
Like that, like ugh.
Yeah, Sully was like, hey. I can remember. I can hear it. It was like in my head.
Yeah.
It was him snapping though, and he had like these grizzled old. His nails look like shovels.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. It's like, I'm up. I'm good. I sat up. I was like, oh shoot, how long was I out? My bad.
Is that the only time you went to sleep?
Yeah. I mean, I hurt real bad.
Sure.
FSU bowl game. Another time T. Fraze got pissed at me.
What did he get pissed at you for that one?
Because I said that they were hitting.
Oh.
So these guys are out here hitting. He's like, man, if you don't want to play, man, you good. Did I say that?
Just making an observation, T.
He
Fraze.
just told me he wanted my liver to bleed. I'm just sharing. Jeez. Stickler.
Didn't say I wasn't about that life. I just said it's happening.
I want to see your liver bleed. I said, oh boy, here we go.
It's okay to be positive too.
It's going to be a long night.
Oh, it's going to be one of those now.
It's early too. Second quarter. I was like, damn.
Were you like, yeah, you might get to.
Shoot, I know at half they voted if a dude that was suspended should be able to play, and everybody was like, yep, he should play. All those in favor say aye.
Wait, for you guys or for them?
Yeah, we had a guy that was sitting at the half.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he played in the second half.
Hey, he might be helpful. Let's go.
He's a pretty good player. Just saying.
Had a little PD remember the Titans moment there, huh?
Forget about him. Yeah. That whole thing. What a sham.
No, it's this is why I advocated.
And because we don't like Notre Dame, we're picking to be mad at them. Like I could that's not a team not playing in the bowl game is not the hill I'm gonna die on versus what the shenanigans I saw the last 3 weeks from the committee.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Like
And
that's not where all of a sudden I'm going to draw the competitive balance line, or what message are we sending? Like,
and the gaslighting of trying to convince us it was about Miami or Notre Dame, not about Notre Dame or the 5th SEC team. Like, what are we doing?
It's head to head.
Do you know
would
any?
you guys stop saying that?
Do you know anybody that thinks the SEC was particularly good this year?
I'm sure they're out there.
Do you know anybody who doesn't live in the southeast part of the United States or is named Paul Feinbaum that thinks the SEC was particularly good this year? Because everybody I've talked to on a national level thinks this was a very down year for the SEC, and that Georgia is really good or potentially really good, and they have no idea about anybody else.
No.
Right? So, like, how is this the year that, because the mediocrity found its way, they're like, oh, then we have, instead of needing 3 teams, then we need 5.
So Oklahoma's the 8, right?
Oklahoma's the 8.
They get Bama again. How do you think people felt about Oklahoma?
I'm not sure.
Because I know what I heard yesterday. All we ever talked about was their defense.
Sure.
So I'm not sure how good we thought they were.
Well, and if you're looking at game control, which is apparently something they often do.
I go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I don't mind doing it on the whole resume, like afterward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think in the moment you're like, hey, you find a way to win, whatever. But if you're trying to decipher between the best teams in the country,
some of Nebraska's losses and with their game control, and I'm like, how'd you lose?
Yeah.
So
I get it.
You know what I mean?
But if that team that they were playing was in a conversation for college football playoff, that would work against them. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
So I look at, 24-17 to Auburn. I look at, obviously the loss to Texas. I look at the loss to Ole Miss, 33-27 to Tennessee team that ended up being very good. 23-21 to Bama, 17-6 to a Missouri team that didn't end up being very good.
You think Ole Miss is pretty good, right? Is Ole Miss the 6?
I don't know what to do with Ole Miss.
Is Ole Miss the 6?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me check here. Yeah, they were the 6th seed. Yeah.
Okay. So it's 6, 7, 8 with Ole Miss, A&M, and Oklahoma.
And then 9 is Bama, so it's 6, 7, 8, 9. So they basically told you, hey, incredible mediocrity after Georgia, but we just value the SEC's mediocrity over everyone else's.
You know the team I have to cheer for, but I'm a little worried about?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how good Oregon is. But I've said that all year, so I mean, don't.
You have. You've been very consistent.
I just don't.
You don't love how it looks.
And they're never healthy either. So, I mean, how long have they been playing without their top wideouts and a tight end?
All year, basically, at this point.
So
because you had one that got hurt before the year, right?
Well, I'm not even counting him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but they've lost a couple, it seems like, every few weeks.
I just don't know what to do with them. I've struggled all year.
What do you do with Texas Tech?
But I have to cheer. I'm cheering for Oregon.
Why? Just because? Or Big Ten or what?
Man, I'm anti-cheer for the conference, but man, I gotta rock with.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta rock with the Big Ten just because of how they stat. Like, we gotta defend the conference, man. It's not even what I like, but
no, but there's certain circumstances where it makes sense. And I'm not even advocating that the Big Ten deserved a 4th one. I really don't think they did. Right? Like, they didn't have a 4th team that separated themselves in a way. But I also think if the SEC is playing 9 conference games like a grown-up, you would have had a lot more USC and Michigan resumes and a lot fewer Oklahoma, Alabama resumes. That'd be my argument.
They got their wish too. They got their cake and ate it too, because they didn't remember in the preseason when I said, golly, if you're going to punt on a 9th game and gamble on getting a 5th team in, like, what's that worth?
Yeah.
They got a 5th team in this year and
they're
their own inventory for 9 games next year.
I mean, the 9 games is the answer. It's worth way more. Like, on an annual basis, it's worth way more.
Why didn't you tell me that then when I was posing the hypothetical to spark thought?
I said it would be hard to get a 5th team in often enough for it to outweigh it.
No.
Which is pretty close to what I just said, I feel like.
I'm
in the neighborhood.
pretty good.
We're going to talk to Sam McEwen today.
That is correct, Cousin Ronald. Just because I disagree does not make you wrong. That is absolutely correct.
But sometimes it does. Sometimes you disagree because they're wrong.
Yeah.
So that, you know what I mean? Like,
but it's hard on an opinion.
Sure.
Unless you start getting in, unless I can poke holes or vice versa on the the
logic.
The logic.
Sort of like I did with Alabama and conference championship games at the College Football Playoff Committee.
That was and they sold it.
They tried to.
Even yesterday at like 7, my guy was tweeted at he messaged me and he was like, "But they won head to head." I said,
"That's not the conversation."
Why do you keep telling me that?
Having the wrong conversation. Nobody saying Miami shouldn't be in.
So I think the frustrating thing is kind of the smoke and mirrors they built around it is kind of working. And I should have been happy, right?